Hello, everybody. How are you? Hope you're having a great evening. So I've just settled down for the night. I got my nice hot cup of Earl Grey tea, and my cookie, and my warm pajamas on, and my hoodie. And it's time to sit down to react to Neo Tarot because she posted a reading about Foodie Beauty, and I want to give my thoughts. And trust me, this reading is really, really, really good. It's really good. That's all I can say. It's really good. All of your readings are really good, Neo. I mean, I say the same thing about all our readings all the time. Like, you're an amazing reader. You are on point. You're on fire. You're always just on the money. There's so many talented tarot readers on YouTube. There is Neo Tarot. There is Sunburst Tarot. There is Melissa Gold Tarot, aka Peeking Through the Blinds. There is Four Wands Divination. And all of the ladies have just been hitting the points each and every time. But now we're here to talk about Neo Tarot and everything that you've said in the reading, Neo. And I watched the reading all the way through. And you're right. Foodie is messing with some stuff that really she should not be messing with. She's been messing with stuff for quite a while now, but it's just getting worse. And what I would like to say to anyone out there watching, listening, and this is all in all seriousness now. This is no sarcasm here. If you're someone and you watch Foodie Beauty, please protect yourselves. Please cleanse yourselves frequently, because Foodie's energy is quite nasty. And what makes it worse is she's messing with stuff that is nastier than she is. Very draining stuff, very, shall we say, evil stuff. And that's going to come back on her. But always remember to protect yourselves, cleanse yourselves. If you feel drained, tired, sick, angry for no reason, just do a cleansing. And a cleansing can be as something as simple as taking a bath, just walking outside, taking a nice breath of fresh air, cleansing your space. Please do so, because it sounds like, from the sounds of Neo's reading, that Foodie has aligned herself with something that is really, really awful. So I just wanted to say that before we begin. So let me just go ahead and pull up Neo's reading, and then we can just share the screen, and I can give my thoughts as we go. I'm going to blow it up real fast. And for those of you that have never heard of Neo Tarot, please look down below in the description. I will leave the original link for the original video, which leads back to Neo's entire channel and all of her wonderful content. And if you're someone and you desire a private reading through Neo, you can do that courtesy of the merch store link, which is linked to all of her videos. Just click on the link and it takes you to the merch store. And I hope that you do enjoy your private reading through Neo and you get some information. So with that said, let's get on with the reading from Neo Tarot and get her insight on all things going on. Let's go.
Hey y'all, hey, let's get into this amazing reading for Foodie Beauty and all the stuff, all the things, right? I was definitely minding my business and y'all was like, hello? You said to call me back. And I'm like, you right. So let's get into this reading. Let's see what Spirit wants me to share, moving in love and light. I'm completely honest. I don't really know what exactly happened, but y'all keep saying it happened, or something that I said in the last reading, the last reading came to fruition. And so let's just get into it. Let's tap in on that energy. I will say, this. Okay. So I don't know the letter M and why it's significant, but there's an M, but it's more so significant because there's something that she called upon. She could have utilized somebody with the letter M, or there's something heavy about this letter M, and it's very much so energetically, allegedly wrapped in some type of offering. And the thing about offerings is this, from my energetic standpoint, is that once you start to feed something, you have to continue. If you wake it up now, thank you, Spirit. If you wake it up now, it thinks that you know, first of all, it's grateful that you woke it up,
Mm-hmm.
number one. And we're talking about good energy and some low vibrational energy. But now it's looking to you. It's like a newborn. It needs to eat every 2 hours. And so when you fall short of feeding it, and this don't feel like good energy, I'll just tell you the truth. If you take responsibility of feeding it, you got to keep feeding it. Got to keep. Like Spirit is showing me them little baby birds that are in a nest are squawking, calling. That's the energy. You've woken up an energy. You've invited this energy. It's a nasty vibration. And now you got to feed it. And because you're not feeding it, it's starving. And so what does it do? It eats you. It turns on you.
Mm-hmm.
Remember the movie Little Shop of Horror? And kept feeding that plant, and it got bigger and bigger and bigger. And it was like, now it wants to eat other things, like whole bodies. That's, you done caught yourself up in a situation. You done called on an energy. And I hate to talk too much in the beginnings. You caught on the energy and now you're not feeding it. And so guess what it's doing? It's consuming you. And I feel like I picked up on this energy months and months ago. It was a hard reading to get through because it was icky. It was ew. Like I'm telling y'all, I was like, I don't even know if I want to share this video because the energy was so thick and dark. It was nasty. And you gotta, you gotta get that off. But you woke that up. And I don't know why M is so significant, but that's what Spirit said.
And I would like to say a few words to what Neo just said. So I watched this reading, and Neo mentioned the letter M. So I went online and I looked for perhaps deities that she might have prayed to or demons that she might have looked up or something up. Because I'm sure this Chantal wants results and she wants them quickly. And she's always looking for the quick, easy path versus the right path. And I feel that she's been messing with things magically through ritual, through spells, trying to get quick results. But when you do rituals, when you do spells, and you call upon things, and things call upon you, depending on what it is, there's a price to be paid. Something has to be given. So Chantal has been, I feel, messing with things. And I don't know what she's messing with lately, but it's very, very dark energy. And I'm hearing right now that she did it out of desperation because her world is falling apart. It was desperation that drove her there. But now that whatever this thing is, whatever it might be, it's going to demand payment, and there's going to be nowhere that she can escape to get away from paying the bill. Like in the past, she's always escaped consequences. She's always been the one that she can hop skipping away from consequences. But this is something you can't run from. This is something you can't escape from. Wherever you are, it's going to find you. And this type of thing, it could lead to a drain of energy. It could lead to erratic thoughts, erratic behavior, and perhaps ultimately complete, utter insanity. Like, this is nothing to be messed with, and she messed with it. Also, just out of curiosity, Neo, again, I went looking for deities and demons. There is a demon called Mammon, and ironically enough, this Mammon has to do with money and the wants of money. And of course, Chantal's very concerned about money. She's very obsessed with money because I did a private reading just a few minutes ago. Just her general energy. Chantal misses the power and the influence and the control that she had back in the day when she had lots of money. She's lost a lot of money, and because of that, she's lost the ability to influence and control and manipulate. And she wants that life back where she feels like she's on top and she can call the shots and she can go where she wants and she can do what she wants to do. And so, like, there's this obsession with money and anything that can give her money very, very quickly. So that might have been the reason why she went to this thing. But again, there's a price to be paid for messing around with things that really shouldn't be messed around with, because you don't know when they're going to come calling and you don't know what the price is going to be, especially if you can't pay.
So he said you got to pay the Pied Piper. All right, this reading is alleged and for entertainment purposes. Sometimes the tea is hot, sometimes it's not.
And one more thing, and I'm being told to say this, Chantal, you've always looked for the easy, quick path, but not the right path. Like, Spirit is screaming at me right now. It's screaming at you through me. It's saying, you can have what you want, but you've got to be on the right path for the right reason. The things that you want are not necessarily being denied to you. They're just being denied to you on the path that you decided to take to get them. If you took the right path, you could have the things that you want. But if you're on a path where to get through that path, to get to those things, you're doing things against people, you're being manipulative, you're being controlling, you're trying to control others, you don't want to put in the work, access denied on that path, you're not going to get what you want, and you're going to get your butt kicked on the back end, spiritually speaking. But the right path, it's going to take longer, but you'll get it. But you've always avoided the right path. That is what's driving Spirit crazy with you. It's like, the right path is right there, girl. It's right next to you. Why won't you step on it? Why won't you do it? You know what to do. You know how to do it. You just don't want to do it. You want everything now, 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 now. And you want to be the puppet master. But you're aligning yourself with something that now you are the puppet. You decided to line yourself up with that thing, trying to be the puppet master to other people, but now you're the puppet. Have fun with that.
You gotta watch the video to the end to determine for yourself. If you're new here, welcome. And if you're always here, welcome back, friend. Don't forget to like, share, comment, and subscribe. Yeah. Okay, so Spirit is acknowledging right off the bat, like, you're trying to prove love and or loyalty to your detriment and to your demise. It creates a lot of anxiety, sadness, fear, depression, and you want to clear, cancel, and release this to manifest the life that you do want, but you can't. I'm just going to be completely honest. This is where you're putting your fire, your passion, your focus, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius, in this relationship. And this involves family, friend, foe, business relationship, and romantic relationship. Spirit says step back and look at the overall picture. But when you step back, and what do you see? The storm. And the storm is coming to clear the path, right? There's anxiety, sadness, fear, depression, Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio is coming to clear the path to put you in alignment if you're able to see that this is happening for you, not to you. However, if you sow a seed that this is chaotic, this is chaos, this is a hot mess, then that is what it is, because you call the shots, right? Spirit is acknowledging this is a strong momentum, a sudden change with a necessary shakeup to see a reflection. That means to take accountability and responsibility for your actions, no matter how big or small of a role that you play in it. But more importantly, to acknowledge that you need to be in alignment. You need to fix yourself. Right. Nobody else can do that but you. And the storm is coming towards this relationship. Spirit is showing me like what they call that thing, like a hurricane. Like that. Like you can't control it. It's bigger than you. It's bigger than you, right? And it's coming for this relationship because there's a wilted flower. Love is lost. Spirit's like, pack your bags. It's time to go. You know, you got to know when to hold them and know when to fold them. Okay. You coming up short in the area of communicating about the heart chakra that has imbalances and or delays. I always talk to you about your heart. Your heart. It's huge. Like Spirit says, it's explosive. Like it's enlarged. That's what Spirit says. And this is why Spirit is acknowledging you're holding on to so much water, like retention. I don't know. Y'all know Spirit be going there, and then I be having to turn into Doogie Howser. I be trying to figure out what Spirit's saying. I have no clue. I'm not a doctor.
Well, you are correct, Neo, in saying that she's got an enlarged heart. Foodie has said herself she has an enlarged heart. She's also made mention that she has a heart murmur. There was an interesting visit that she and Salah did when she was in Kuwait. I don't know if y'all remember. She went to some kind of museum of sorts, and there was a device there. There was like a drum, and like that measured your heartbeat. Her heart has an extra beat, so she does have a heart murmur. So she has an enlarged heart. She might have fat deposits around her heart or in her arteries, and she's got this heart murmur. So it's literally a ticking time bomb.
But you're holding on to so much water and this fluid. And now Spirit's saying blood pressure. I mean, you got two big medical issues hitting heads. Like, for real.
Well, she has said lately that like she's got pressure behind her eyes. That could be related to her diabetes, or she might have vision problems from her diabetic uh, retinopathy if she has that. But an interesting detail that she revealed recently, now she's saying she's getting nosebleeds. I don't know if that's related to high blood pressure. I've never had high blood pressure and had that happen to me, but that is concerning. If her blood pressure is through the roof to the point where it's giving her nosebleeds.
For real. Energetically, allegedly. And so this impedes upon your energy of success. This impedes upon your finances. This is acknowledging you don't have up healthy boundaries and that you are a train running off the track.
Mm-hmm.
The thing about trains running off the track is everybody in the vicinity is going to get fucked up. So it's a lot of people that's going to get hurt because you're derailing. Thank you, Spirit. You're derailing. And it's so fast. It's happening so fast. But that is the fire sign in, the situation. It's like passionate, but yet chaotic. Fast, right? And so again, total misalignment. All the chakras are all over the place. Why? Because you've been too big for your britches. You didn't got too big for your britches. Okay? Arrogance, vanity, self-importance. Modesty is needed. Modesty is
Yeah.
needed.
Well, not, you know what? Not just modesty, Neo, but she needs to be humbled. Not saying that from a hateful place, but she does need to be humbled, because her being humbled, it might help to ground her. It might make her a little bit more grounded. She's always placed herself high above other people. Like that is the space in which she wants to live, is high above others, with this feeling of I am better than everyone rather than being a part of everyone. And it's time that space changes. It needs to change for her own benefit.
I mean, current energy. Yeah.
There's that medical card. Ooh.
So we get this medical staff healing. Imagine being behind an ambulance in a vehicle literally and symbolically designed to facilitate healing with a version of this symbol is filling your windshield, originally called the staff of Asclepius, okay? But his modern day association is with hospitals and medicine, and it gives a message of healing. Whether your pain is physical, emotional, or spiritual, this symbol shines light on healing that has or is taking place in your life, whether you like it or not. You need to get rooted and grounded, and then there's all this fire, all this choice, right? Remember that the healing process sometimes requires us to seek assistance from others. Since healing is not always linear, be patient with yourself. Progress may look different depending on the day and the situation, which is okay. Allow yourself to process your emotions
Mm,
and examine your triggers.
right.
Healing is uncomfortable, but once you get to the other side, you will be proud of how far you've come and the knowledge you've gained. And there's a double entendre on the phrase when you get to the other side.
Mhm.
It said, but once you get to the other side, you better stop playing with your health. Straight like that. Straight like that. Okay, and then we get 30. Smiley face. Joy. Healing. Joy. Stop comparing yourself to others. Prioritize happiness. Better days are here. Release worry. Choose to be happy. So you just out here downright sad. And cultivate your own joy. Happiness is an inside job.
Damn. I love that you said that, Neo. That hits hard. Happiness is an inside job. That's amazing you said that.
No one else can fulfill that for you.
Nope.
That's your job. Nobody else is supposed to make you happy.
Right.
What is this? What do you you know what I'm saying? Like I don't know why, but Spirit's like imagine like I'm thinking about the jesters from like centuries ago where they used to just come in and like kick around to make you happy. Nobody's gonna come around here and just start being a clown to make you happy. That's
Mhm.
an inside job. Spirit says release stress to regain the ability to appreciate and enjoy the little things. Release it. Why you keep I don't know. That's not my business. That's not my business. I don't want to get too deep in there because the energy is funky. And I'll just tell you that. I'm gonna just tell you straight up. And so to wonder why, to ask my ancestors to tell me why is too much for me. I don't want that energy. I don't want to know why. Because it's deep and it's dark. It's deeply rooted. Your why to why you're so miserable is intense.
Yeah.
Too much for me. I don't want it.
Well,
Yeah, I don't want
I mean, you kind of touched on it though. I mean, just I'm going to take it a little bit further. There's a reason why Spirit told you to say that or is transmitting that to you, Neo, because Chantal, she expects other people to bring her happiness. She doesn't want to make happiness on her own. She doesn't want to find happiness for herself and be a happy, content, satisfied soul. She does not want to be that person of being alone and saying, I'm alone, but I'm happy. I have a fulfilling life. I am busy. I've got things to do. I've got places to go. She puts people around her that she focuses on too much. And she expects that one person to amuse her, to love her, to fill up her time. And that's an exhausting job because all people need their personal time alone. They got their own activities and such. But she hyper fixates on one person and drains them with the constant need of attention and assurances. And she puts all of her problems on somebody else's shoulders and says, carry all this weight for me so that I can be a free and happy fool. And then whoever the person is, they get overwhelmed and they have to run in order to get their life back. But she's never sought out self happiness. She's never thought about what makes me happy. How can I be a happier person? How can I radiate happy energy and bring in people that are also happy? They'll be attracted to my energy. They'll want to be around me, and money doesn't have to be involved. Like, yeah, it's a deep ocean, that's for sure.
that. Spirit said that there is an accident, there is trap, and there is pain when it comes to her current energy. A situation forced beyond control. A pew pew And this has come up before: disaster, demolition, tragic, a funeral, a ghost, high pressure, feeling resentment. There's this energy of failure and broken heart, self harm, high anxiety, major operation. On the bottom of the deck, a fight, bad news, a breakup, a separation, a forced change, conflict, teeth, anger, a coffin, something sharp, conflicted self. When before I was about to say something, why did Spirit say smoking? Okay, never mind. Um, your ex, a
Ooh.
very dark woman. And let me tell you something. Put these cards down. You called on some energy from a dark female. And now you got to pay the Pied Piper. That's the energy that's coming through. And I said this at the beginning: a deceased spirit, a witch, an unpleasant truth or lie, a powerful woman, doctor, law, police, ill, a widow, false friend, divorced, enemy. And the readings keep talking about separating but not divorce.
And I'm just going to say this. I learned recently that somebody, I'm not going to say the name, who was associated with Foodie, I guess they had a falling out. And a lot of the things you just said on that card could easily apply to her. So there was a falling out between Foodie and this person. And I don't know if she's a part of this, but it just seems maybe it's a coincidence, maybe it's not. So I don't know what happened there. I don't know. But there was a falling out between Foodie and this person. I don't know if she's involved though.
And so Spirit is acknowledging that energy that you called on. Mm-mm. 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 See, that energy you called on, you was calling to hurt people.
Yeah.
You was calling to invoke this power, this energy of power and control. You were using things, thank you, Spirit. You were using things like Spirit's acknowledging energetically, allegedly, like claws. Like the card said, teeth. I don't know why I'm getting like these sharp objects that have hooks, right? But it's coming from like an animal of some sort. And Spirit says, no harm can hurt those who live in peace with themselves. So whatever you try to put out in the universe to whoever is null and void. You
Mm-hmm.
have no access. It didn't work. And now that same energy is flipped and turned on you. Now it's like, feed me, and you ain't got nothing. Guess what it's going to eat? Your ass.
Mm-hmm.
Just like that. And when I say, look, fire, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius, fire and passion run through your veins, it's coming to get you. It's coming to get you. Because you're not rooted and grounded. You're not maintaining authenticity. You're not being genuine. 17 is significant, but Spirit said 18 is going to get you. 8.
And let me just say this to Chantal for a minute, Neo. Chantal, you have fire energy. And it's just too bad that you didn't take that fire energy and use it correctly, wisely, smartly. If you had taken that fire energy and applied it the right way, for the right reasons, lots of good things would have happened to you. Everything that you wanted, you could have gotten by your own hand without having to hurt people, without having to reach out to hurt people or stop people from doing something or whatever. But your fire is not a positive fire, it's a negative fire. It is chaos, it is destruction, it is violent, it is you turn that fire energy to something ugly. It's corrupted. It's corrupted fire. It's it's you try to use it to burn others, and it's really just you burning yourself. You're burning yourself now at this point. And more you try to throw fire at people, the more it comes back on you.
18 is going to get you. I don't know the significance of 18, but it's going to get you. And look at this. O'Shea.
Mm.
That healing energy is saying brightness and glory to those who deserve them. is coming to those who deserve them. If you're not worthy of that light, you're not going to get it. But Spirit is acknowledging the ones who you've crossed with your spell work, tapping in on that negative, low vibrational energy. It's coming back to you. Whatever you put into the universe, it's yours. And I've said this many times. You play them games, you win them prizes. Spirit is acknowledging that anyone who felt crossed by you is going to feel vindicated. Straight like that. Straight like that. And that's the thing about it. You don't have to do anything. Let Spirit fight your battle. And I'm speaking to those who've been crossed by you. You don't have to do anything. If you let the universe do what the universe does, the universe will spin the block. Universe.
Yeah, all of those that you have harmed, Foodie, will be healed. They're going to get the healing. All of those that you have harmed or attempted to harm, they're protected and they will be healed.
Just don't play about the chosen ones.
Hello, Dad.
You see what I'm saying? Here goes this mature man who's a high honored official. I feel like y'all told me this is dad. This is Salah's dad.
Yep.
Well, he said that they're polar opposites.
Yep.
Him and Foodie are polar opposites because she practices. That's what I mean. The thing about it is, it's the intention of your practice. Because you could have low vibrational intentions and then he could have high vibrational intentions. What about it? What about it is there's divinity on a relationship that has been working really hard at. He's been working really hard at. It feels like there's this blessing on a relationship that he's been working really hard at. And it doesn't feel like the relationship that you have with Salah, but with someone else. And I keep telling you that. See, the high honored official has faith because there's polar opposites with the flying monkey, the narcissist, due to voodoo. Okay? Which creates health concerns for the Jezebel, who has an evil eye. The veil is thin. This person brings a lot of destruction. She's seen as a karmic femme and obsessed. Obsessed. Imprisonment. Being imprisoned mentally, physically, emotionally, and or spiritually. I feel like I've said this before, that there was another woman. And this energy just confirms that. I'll be quite honest. They prayed for this woman to come in. Almost arranged. They've worked hard for her. You ain't ready for the truth. You ain't ready. Anyway.
And I think that, Dad, if the family's been praying for another woman to come in, the feeling is, I just keep hearing Dad in my head right now. He's saying, I know what's good for my son. I know what he needs. I know what's good for him. He wanted a woman around Salah that could be a positive influence, not a negative influence. Chantal's been nothing but a negative influence. And he sees that and he feels that. So it's like, it's time to bring in a positive influence, somebody who's the complete opposite of Chantal, someone who's loving and nurturing and has that good energy. Because when you are a person and you are around people with good energy, what happens? It influences your energy and perhaps your thoughts and your feelings. So if you surround yourself with goodness, then you feel goodness and you yourself can project out goodness. You know, you become that which you surround yourself with. If you are in a negative situation and around negative people, eventually, even if you start out good, you will become negative. You will become that which you surround yourself with. So I'm sure the family has seen the effects of Salah hanging out with Foodie, maybe changes in behavior, and the things that he's doing, the places he's going, and they're not liking what they hear and they don't like what they see. And it's like, it's time to bring in a good, loving, positive influence, because all this is going to do is make him happy and bring him up where he needs to be, help him clear his head. The family is well aware of the damage that Chantal has caused Salah. I mean, Chantal herself on a live stream recently said that Salah's mental health is not good. Yeah, I wonder why. Could it be because of you, Foodie? So obviously, being around Chantal for 3 years, dealing with her for 3 years, has caused some kind of damage, and it's going to take time to heal. But she's got to leave first. And in the meantime, the family is trying to structure things, perhaps, where he's around better people so that the healing can begin.
Anyway, current energy for Foodie. Thank you. I mean, that's a lot. There's an expectation. Somebody feels like a male energy is looking at his clock like he's expecting something to happen when it comes to you. And this has to do with abuse, mentally, physically, emotionally, and or spiritually. There's a lot of whispering around the false narrative of this abuse, or being hit with tomato, boo, being booed, right? Spirit says there's a lot of animosity around this relationship, and there's a child involved, or one needs to heal their inner child. Okay, there's a lot of sadness. Okay, anxiety, sadness, fear, depression, and there goes that court of law. This is going to a court of law. Now, this could be traditional or spiritual, but Spirit says, in regards to this, something has to end. There's death to it. Mentally, physically, emotionally, spiritually, and or financially. There we go again, because there's legal work. There's a Spirit wants me to say legal binding work. And they're praying for this. People have been praying for you to get caught, for him to get caught. They've been praying for the ascension in regards to this situation, for there to be high vibration. There is high energy, high vibrating energy all over this. There's a loved one who's on the other, who's in the parallel universe, who's also worked to make this end, to make this stop. They're praying for the legal, for some type of judicial justice when it comes to you too. And it's the high honored official at the head of it. At the head of it. Spirit says there's one more card. They are protected. Whoever this is, when it comes to you, they are protected. And Spirit said that with the other day. Whatever energy you put out there to create ill will, destroy, harm, they're protected. Foodie beauty, current energy. Getting spoiled, treating, catering, overindulging, needing to get rooted and grounded to maintain authenticity. There's this energy of getting played, manipulation, lie, control, pulling the strings. And now there's a divorce in contract, a divorce or breaking of contract. And Spirit is acknowledging she's very emotional, riding out the waves of this divorce, this breaking of contract. There's a lot of anxiety, sadness, fear, and depression. Over it and tired of the drama, but literally falling apart, falling into pieces, all torn up.
Yeah, Neil, and I think that she's got another 3 weeks in Syria. That's what she said. There's going to be a lot more drama in the next 3 weeks. And I keep feeling this energy of tick-tock, tick-tock, tick-tock. Like, she's okay for right now. But the closer it comes to the time when she's supposed to leave, the more she's going to flip out, the more she's going to be thinking about going back to Canada and having to start all over again. And it's going to make her more unstable. She might be eating more. She might be fighting more with Salah. She might be exhibiting more drastic behavior, out of control behavior, because she doesn't want to go. Like, she, I feel, is stalling. She doesn't want to go back to Canada. And looking at it from a deeper level, Canada, I feel, for her represents adulthood. She doesn't want to be an adult. She does not want to do adulting. She doesn't want to go home and have to pay rent and bills. She's had 3 years where she's acted like a child with Salah. And she makes the money, but for 3 years, she's been in this headspace of being childlike, of just, you take care of the responsibilities and let me just be without the responsibilities. So 3 years away from that. And the change over the last 3 years has been disturbing, just doing baby talk and talking like a child and acting like a child. And that was not like her before Salah, but it showed up with Salah. She treated Salah not as an equal partner, but as a parent, which is very strange. But that time of dwelling in a childlike state is just about over. So I have a feeling that when it comes time for her to leave, if she's told Salah, I'm leaving on such and such date, there might be a chance that when she's supposed to leave, he's supposed to take her to the airport, she's going to tell him, I don't have a plane ticket and I don't have money, therefore I can't leave. She's going to make it really difficult. It's going to be a literal fight. And drastic measures may have to be taken to get her out of there because she does not want to go back.
Foodie beauty. Spirit says you're acting real suspect. Someone is being shady. Something is hidden. I spoke about that. This mystery, right? Suspicious, suspect, untrustworthy. And Spirit says this because somebody's going to the gym, saying they're going to the gym, looking good, working hard. There's some kind of physical attraction that just really makes you feel like something shady is going on.
Mm-hmm.
Makes you feel very suspect to what is happening. Somebody's trying to fix their body, get themselves, and you find it so. What's going on here? Spirit is also acknowledging that she's getting something in a slick way, but this is layered. So whoever this is that you feel like is trying to change and glow up is also trying to finesse. Get something in a slick way, smoothing things out, still buttering up, persuading, and charm is layered. Because this is you too, trying to finesse.
So they're playing each other for different reasons. I feel it's for different reasons. They're trying to finesse and butter each other up for different reasons. Maybe he may be buttering her up and finessing her because he wants a little bit more money and thinks that he can get more money out of her before she leaves. And she might be buttering him up because she wants to stay in Syria for another 3 weeks, because that's 3 weeks of maybe not paying rent because she doesn't have a place to stay in Canada.
Thank you, Spirit. And Spirit said, carefully listen to constructive criticism, Foodie beauty, because there's a lot of tea out here and it's got you mad. Spilling this tea is getting you upset. You're getting angry. You're listening to the gossip though, nonetheless. What else? There's some outdated opinions, out of touch, closed-minded, an older person resisting change. I don't know what the age gap is between Foodie and Salah. I don't know. But Spirit is also acknowledging there's some love bombing. So she's got some outdated opinions, feeling very closed-minded, out of touch to this love bombing.
Can I just say this, Neil? Like the two cards, the OK Boomer card. I feel this represents her and him. The age difference between Foodie and Salah, I believe, is about 10 years. He's supposed to be in his 30s and she is 41 and she'll be 42 in March. So there's a bit of an age gap there. Although, strangely enough, Foodie is more immature and acts more immature than he does. So it's kind of backwards that he acts more mature than she does. So I feel this card represents the two of them. This card, the love bombing card, I feel is the relationship away from her. Like, so this is her and him. And this love bombing card represents who he is with or he wants to be with. Very affectionate, cuddling, perhaps with a baby. So there's two different situations going on perhaps at the same time.
Resisting change to someone being showered with attention to influence someone's behavior, manipulation, second time, hidden intentions. And look how these two are holding this baby in the belly. It always comes up. A pregnancy, manifestation, an idea. And so because of it, she's become extra triggered, extra over the top, trying too hard, completely unnecessary, excessive, dramatic, and out of place. This situation got you really feeling yourself, really upset. You're draking. Relationship struggles or ended, missing someone, emotional, lonely, depressed, and sad. Somebody's changed, that's pissed you off. And somebody's pregnant, and that's pissed you off too. And so now you're orbiting. You're trying to find love on a cell phone somewhere else. Look, digital, or observing a love interest, keeping tabs, staying connected, stalking, a crush, cowardice.
Yeah, I'm sure her ex Natter is highly on her radar again because he just got out of jail. And Foodie has always held a flame in her heart of hope for this man. She can say what she wants about him on her channel. And Chantal, I know you're going to hate me saying this because you know it's a doggone truth. You think you got everybody fooled. You think you've got your audience fooled in how much you hate Natter, but there's what you say and then there's what you do. You never stop talking about Natter, and let's be real. Natter was the one that you really wanted to be with, the one that you got obsessed over. And it would make sense. You know, like, it's strange. For a companion, you want a passive man. Because passive men, you can control, you can keep your thumb on. But where you get intrigued and interested and stay interested is someone who has a fire in their belly the same as you. And Natter was fiery. So you're fiery, he's fiery, and that's what got your interest. Somebody who wasn't afraid to speak up to you and tell you what he thought. You'll take a passive man, you'll be with a passive man, but you'll never be completely happy with a passive man because you desire the fire. Fire seeks out its own. It seeks out other fire. And you guys were fiery together. All that Salah was, in all truth, was a revenge rebound. It was a rebound done in revenge because you got rejected by Natter. Natter did not want you. He did not love you. He even said so. I don't love you. He told you will never be a traditional wife. And you're rebellious. So you're like, oh yeah, I'll show you. And so what happened? Salah came into the picture immediately. You didn't even wait to get over the heartbreak of Natter. You went directly from Natter to Salah. A revenge rebound. You did it to get back at Natter. It was your way of saying, see, I can be with a younger man. I'm going to find a younger, more attractive man than you. And I am going to give him all of my money and give him everything that I once gave you. And, like that was your attitude. Come on. You did it to get back at Natter. And in a very strange way, maybe to get Natter back. Maybe you expected Natter to run back to you and say, I'm sorry, I'm sorry, I'm sorry. But that's not who he is. It's not what he's going to do because he doesn't care that much. He's not emotionally tied to you. There was never any love there, same as there was never any love there between you and Salah. But still, for your own pride and your own ego, you carried on with Salah because you needed somebody there. You wanted to know what it was like to be married. So you chose this fake, phony marriage with a man who didn't love you. It was a YouTube marriage. It was strictly on a script, and you carried on for 3 years, and now it's over. But all along, you've held on to a hope that you and Natter can be reunited. Although, listen, Chantal, it's not going to go the way you think it will. And once you figure that out, it's going to be devastating. All that Natter wants is your money. That's all he's ever wanted from start to finish. It's about the money. You take the money away, he doesn't want anything to do with you. But still, you hope and you hope and you hope and you hope for someone who has no love to give you love. But Natter's always been the one. You settled for Salah because that's what you could get, because you didn't have access to the one that you wanted. And anybody out there who's ever settled for anything was never happy that they did. There's always a sense of dissatisfaction and lacking total contentment of soul when you settle.
Anything else, Spirit? Ooh. Spirit says it's time for a digital detox. It's time for you to clean up your digital world, balance your tech in real life, disconnect and regroup from orbiting. Spirit says from throwing shade, being rude towards someone, not being liked by someone, insult, slick, and disrespectful. Spirit says you have a filter. You're trying to make yourself look better. Things are not as they appear. You're sugarcoating the truth. And somebody about to shake the table. And I told y'all this. Somebody is about to say something on a device that is going to have people's mouths. OMG. What? Can't believe what you heard. Caught off guard, unsettled, shock, surprise speeches. I keep telling y'all, energetically, it's like Salah is like, yeah, let me set the record straight. And she's going to feel like she's ghosted him or he's ghosted her, but whatever you had is over, and someone is left confused and wondering, disappearing act, no closure. And Spirit says, keep it 100. Show your true self. Be honest with yourself. Be honest and avoid hidden motives. Okay. Look at these two cards. Spirit says you're breadcrumbing, avoiding making any real effort, keeping one's options open. You're playing mind games. You're non-committal, or someone is. Spirit is also acknowledging that you're being applauded and cheered on, even though you're breadcrumbing. So people are supporting you and gassing you up, giving you over-the-top compliments, support, and encouragement. And you're literally out here looking for crumbs. And they're like, keep going. You got this. Okay. But I feel like there's a but. So they're gassing.
Sounds like the Beezers. You got this. You can go home. We'll support you. Okay.
Her up. They're gaslighting her, but you're flatlining.
Ooh.
And this goes back to that energy around your heart. A relationship or a situation is dying. Conversation with dead. Can't resurrect it. Lost interest. All right. So let's get into this thing real quick. Foodie beauty. Find the deeper meaning in your life right now. Be patient. Approach a situation carefully. You need balance because there's a lack of growth, a fall from grace, mistakes, no work ethic with the Three of Pentacles in reverse. You're paranoid, isolated, and you're antisocial with the Hermit card in reverse. You don't even want to go through the spiritual enlightenment. What's her big?
No, because she knows. She knows, Neo. She's avoiding this self-reflection. She's avoiding this shadow work. She's avoiding everything that means she would have to face herself and all the things she said and all the things she's done, because it would be overwhelming for her to face herself, her real self, to ask the hard questions and seek out the answers. That's why she lives in a fantasy world. It's easy for her to live in a fantasy world, but it ain't going to last for long. She can't dwell in that space for long. That fantasy world I'm getting a picture in my head right now. That fantasy world that she created, it's shrinking. It's like a bubble that gets progressively smaller, 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 smaller. Like the space is, in which she dwells in that fantasy world is getting ever smaller. And then at some point, the bubble is going to pop. And there is no fantasy delusion world for her to dwell in. Reality is going to be all around her. It's going to be above her, below her, beside her, and she can't avoid looking at it. It's just going to be right there.
This obstacle. Unfair circumstances is an obstacle. Injustice is an obstacle. Dishonesty is an obstacle with the justice card in reverse. Not following through is an obstacle. No goals is an obstacle. A foolish person with the page of pentacles in reverse. And then with the six of cups in reverse, letting go of the past is an obstacle. Dealing with child abuse or some form of neglect as a child is an obstacle. Growing up is an obstacle. Okay, and Spirit is also acknowledging the Queen of Swords. A dependent woman is an obstacle. Being rude is an obstacle, and an absent mother is an obstacle. The Queen of Swords in reverse. Spirit says that she's dealing with a lot of conflict. There's chaos, arguments, competition, rivalry with the Five of Wands. She needs to take a break. She's breaking down, not able to follow through with the Ten of Wands. Fire sign. What's going on with her and Salah? Oh, I got you. Somebody feels trapped and they feel imprisoned and victimized and terrorized or psychological challenges. And this is making one feel like there's a troublemaker who is moody and a heartbreaker with the Knight of Cups, Eight of Swords, and in the middle of the deck, Spirit.
That looks like cards for Salah because he's going to be there for another 3 weeks. And I'm sure it's going to be tense. Like he's just waiting for her to leave and he's not going to feel free until she's gone.
It says causing one to feel like they're homesick. Okay. Needing to heal their inner child, wanting to reunite with family, their support system. All right. Foodie, Beauty, and Salah. Children. There's a child, it just keeps coming up. There's a child involved, which is creating an emotional retrograde in their relationship, causing one to have to ignore the other. I'm ignoring you because of this child, right? And Spirit said he's still lying. And we are meant to happen. He's still lying. Is he telling you y'all were meant to happen?
Oh, geez.
She said she was wrong. Uh-oh. I deserve better now. Now you're like, I'm wrong. I was wrong. I deserve better. And there's some blocked energy. And look, Spirit says you're hiding pain. That's your business. I'm ready to get out of this. I was going to say, I'm ready to get out of this relationship. I'm ready to get out of this reading. But thank you. Accept the things you cannot change. Accepting things as they are can be a powerful step forward. You may be resisting change lately. Let go of control, and you'll discover peace and new opportunities in the present moment. Gotta let it go. And in accepting that, you will have a sense of freedom. And freedom is about following your inner voice. Have you been feeling trapped by responsibilities? Release those burdens and follow what makes you feel free, light, and alive. And you need to get rooted and grounded to maintain authenticity. A strong foundation is the key to success. Are you feeling uncertain about something? Focus on building a solid base, and whatever you're working on, it will provide long-term stability, because you're not. That's just the truth. You don't have balance. You don't have healthy boundaries. This is impeding upon your energy of success and your finances. It feels like you're building on sinking sand. Could be dealing with an unhealed earth sign. Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. Okay. So this is why you've been extra and over the top, trying too hard. It's been completely unnecessary, excessive, dramatic, and out of place because of your side hustle, how you make ends meet, your self-employment, your part-time hobby, your odd job, your extra income.
Feeder quap. It has to do with the feeder stuff.
The Spirit said, keep it real. Keep it 100. because you're about to get ghosted. If you haven't been ghosted, show your true self. Whatever you had is over. No closure. And this information that's about to get out is going to be, it's going to keep you, it's going to have people speechless, shocked. And you're going to be draking. It's going to be having you feeling how you feel about this relationship ending. Emotional, lonely. Keep saying you're so emotional. We spilling the tea. Something juicy, something that's been hidden, the truth, disclosing this information. There's slander, gossip, shocking, and untrustworthy. People are going to be like, oh my God, I thought it was that, but it's going to be, it's information that someone could actually prove through some form of photo, device. It's a state of you being wild and acting wildly. It could include drugs, alcohol, that, drunk, excited. You're going to try to swerve and change directions abruptly. Now you're not interested. Now you're ready to dodge this person and dismiss them. It's getting ready to come out. Look, sipping tea. It just keeps saying it's coming out. There's information that's coming out. And who's going to be the person to put that information out there? You guessed it. Y'all, call me back.
Amazing reading, Neo, as always. So, hope you guys have enjoyed this react to Neo Tarot. If you have, please like and subscribe and leave a comment. Also, please don't forget to look down below in the description. As I said, I'll leave the original link for her video for those who don't know about Neo Tarot. Maybe you're new to my channel, but please do check her out. Check out all of her wonderful content. And if you need a private reading through Neo, you can access that through the merch store. Her merch store link is on all of her videos. So thank you guys for watching tonight, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Until then, take care of yourselves and each other. Bye.